I can't stand Twitter, and it's not the news feed, it's the messages. Obviously on Twitter you can message people directly, and the messages I get, they upset me, they cause me stress. And when I say that, people naturally assume I'm talking about abuse, you know, like trolling and things like that. Now, don't get me wrong, I get some abuse, not as much as I think I deserve, but I welcome the abuse. If you're bored, if you've got 5 minutes, send me some shit on the internet. Really cheers me up. Used to upset me, and now it just makes me laugh. It's the vitriol behind it. These men seem to get so angry at me, I find it quite flattering. I didn't think I was that ubiquitous, to be honest. I thought, you know, if you turn the channel over, I'm not there. I haven't got the depth. But they get so upset, these men. I just think, how are you so upset about me? I've always thought I'm a blue bottle, not a wasp. Now, don't get me wrong, you don't want either in the front room, do you? But you only get out of your chair for one. Now, a wasp, you get up for, don't you? It's got a dagger on its arse. It is a threat to you. At that moment. A blue bottle's just annoying. It's the noise, isn't it? That's what I feel like I am. If you had a hard day at work, you're flicking through the channels, you hear that, it can be grating. Fuck off. You don't get up, do you? You just think, well, it's a hot day and the window's shut, it'll die in a minute. That's what my career is. If you don't like it, it's unfortunate, but it'll be gone soon, don't worry about it. It'll just come in the lounge one day, I'll be on your windowsill like that. You can just blow me behind the radiator till you do the hoovering. It's nothing to worry about. These men get so upset. Usually it's about 9, 10 o'clock, that's when I'm on stuff. Sometimes they're at 2 in the afternoon the next day. And I think, I'm not on telly now, am I? I think he's at work now, this man. He's trying to get on with his life and he can't because I exist. He's at his desk now like that. Someone's going, have you got them figures? We've got that meeting in a minute. It's gone, yeah, I'll be in a minute, but there's this fucking guy. I've tried not to message him. I'm going to have to send him abuse. I'm glad they've got Twitter, these men, because in the old days, they had to come and find me, you know. To Google me tour dates, say, right, well, he's in Blackpool, I'll wait round the back of the theatre, I'll get him when he comes out. I'll go, you cardigan-wearing dickhead! Then they'd be driving back to Plymouth, thinking that wasn't worth the petrol, I don't think, to be honest. I've had to take 2 days off work. Now you just get your phone out, you send me some abuse. It's quite simple. I even understand the mentality behind it. I think it's unhappiness. I think these are unhappy people, and they see me as someone who has a better life than they deserve. I just complain for a living, that's what I do. And that can be upsetting, you know. I even understand that. I had some dark years. You know, I'm glad Twitter wasn't around. I lived in Swindon for 5 years. It's not a bad place, but I think when you're in your mid-20s and you could live anywhere in the world for your job and you pick Swindon, it is a sign there's something wrong. I lived above some garages and I would get drunk at night, and had Twitter been around, I think I would have been a troll. I think I would have seen people on telly and sent them abuse, just because it's easier to make someone else feel bad than lift your own circumstances, isn't it? So random people, nice people, just like at Nick Knowles, just, are you going to build a house or host a quiz? Why don't you fucking pick one? Got off to bed, I told that bloody Nick Knowles. You delete him in the morning, you think, oh, he seems quite nice, and I just cried watching DIY SOS. That's what's happened there. I've lashed out. And he does seem lovely, doesn't he? I even stopped doing that joke for a while, because I thought he seems nice, but then he brought an album out, so I brought it back. I felt he was provoking me there, to be honest. Nick Knowles has got an album out, if you're unaware, which begs the question, what is wrong with the world? And more specifically, what is wrong with Nick Knowles? Why has nobody close to him just taken him aside and said, I know you like singing, Nick, but don't do that. It's no one else's fault. We all sing in the shower. If you want, get your shed converted, turn it into a studio. You know, you've got contacts. I'm sure you could do it for now in a weekend if you wanted to, but don't release an album, mate. I honestly think he's gone mad. I think you watch DIY SOS, it's powerful telling, isn't it? I always cry watching it, and you think, I realise for Nick Knowles, he spent the last 10 years around people in tears telling him what a good guy he is. He's just gone insane. He just thinks he's single-handedly keeping the country together here. Single-handedly reversing Tory cuts, Nick Knowles, and he's seen the music news over the last couple of years. He's thought, well, Prince has gone, Bowie's gone. Knowles, he's going to have to get his guitar out here, I think. I'm going to have to do for the music industry what I did for that 3-bed semi in Romford. Make it relevant for the people again. I don't understand the logic behind it. But, you know, these men, they send me the abuse, and I don't mind. And it's that thing is, I think they just think my life is better than it is. I think they see me and they think, right, I'll bring him down a peg. They think I'll do a gig like tonight. I'll come straight off the back of the stage and there'll be a limousine waiting for me there, and that'll whisk me straight off to the Blackpool Ritz. You probably don't know about the Blackpool Ritz. They wouldn't let your sort in, to be honest. It's not really for you. It's underneath Marks and Spencer's. You go underneath there, and you got like a big marble top bar like that. It's only famous people in there. I'll go in there. Ed Sheeran will be there. He's just done Blackpool Arena. Go up to Ed. I go, hi, Ed, you don't know me, but I'm also famous. I go, oh, bloody hell, of course I know you, mate. How you doing? That's Ed Sheeran, if you haven't heard him talk. That's me, Ed Sheeran impression there. I do about 3 impressions throughout the gig. I've learned from doing it. It's just easier for you if I tell you who it is first. Don't want to leave you hanging. I'll just tell you and then I'll do it. I'll throw a physical clue in if I can, like the guitar. He's always writing into your head. What you up to? I'm writing a song about these peanuts. Just put the guitar down and enjoy your life, Edward, please. Everything's going fine. I don't know if you've heard the albums. They're on everything. They really are. Every radio station and advert. Sometimes they're on the breeze. I can be on Headland, miles from anywhere. I just hear, I'm in love with your body. He's on the wind. Just relax. What do you want to drink, mate? He said, I'll have a porn star martini. I say, barman, 3 porn star martinis. Just tip the 3rd one on the floor, because some people are poor. And then Ed and I will just drink and talk about all the other celebrities we know. I don't know if you know this, celebrities we only hang around with each other, because then we've got that to talk about, you know, what could you tell us of life? So Ed will say to me, what are you doing this summer then, John? I say, well, I'm actually going on a canal boating holiday with Diane Abbott and Peter Crouch. You wouldn't think we'd get on, would you? But, you know, it's a cracking triumvirate, it really is. We have a right laugh. You know, Crouch is not cut out for barge living, obviously, but he makes an effort for Diane. She fires him up politically. He comes away so alive. And, you know, in return, he's making her quite a deadly 6-yard striker. He really is. So it's tit for tat, really. And we'll have a laugh. Eventually, Ed gets drunk and just wanders off like that. I say, where are you going to, mate? He says, I've got to talk to girls and see if from somewhere I'm going to do a song about them. OK, don't do Galway, mate. You've already done that one. I go, yeah, cheers, mate. She was from Cleveland's. Look forward to hearing line 2. Off Ed goes. I'll go upstairs to my room, puke everywhere, get off to the next gig. I think that's what these men think my life is like, and it's not, you know, very rarely anyway. Don't see so much of Ed since he stepped up a venue size. What I tend to do after a gig, and this is very boring, I shouldn't tell you, but most gigs I just tend to drive home. You know, it's only a small country, I can get back in 3 or 4 hours, and I like to get home afterwards because I'm dying for the toilet. I really floor it on the way back, 72, 73 if I have to. Edit that out in case there's any Rozzers watching. Oh, OK, there we go. So, what you don't know is I've done this gig about 150 times. This is the last night. And occasionally I say a line I've never said before, like, in case there's any Rozzers watching. And I hope you enjoyed that in the room, because it won't be on the fucking DVD, I'll tell you that. So that one's just for you, Blackpool. You soak that one up and enjoy it. In case there's any Rozzers watching. Oh, dear. I might tweet myself after this gig. So... Right, come on, we're nearly done. So what I do, if I'm away, if I'm miles away from home and I'm away for a few nights, if I'm on my own, I'll just stay in a Premier Inn. I'll stay in a Premier Inn, because you get a good night guarantee, and you can't argue with that, can you? If you don't sleep well, they give you your money back. Now, that's financial suicide for a hotel, let's be honest. I don't sleep well at home, I'm not sleeping well in a fucking Premier Inn. They don't ask. You don't have to complain about the room. You can complain about anything. You still get your money. So, did you sleep well, Mr. Richardson? Well, I'm afraid not. Can I ask why? Yes, the demons wouldn't stop screaming. They count your pennies out. Off you go. I'm touring for free here. Thank you very much, Lenny. So I stop in a Premier Inn, you get the good night guarantee. I don't stay in the big city centre ones, you know, the big multi-storey ones, because that's where the young people stay when they've been out drinking, and I don't get any sleep. I'm just behind the hotel door all night waiting for him to try and steal me Do Not Disturb sign. Lurking there like a little security goblin behind the door. Still there, 4 o'clock in the morning, my knees have gone now, agony. You hear the ding of the lift and the giggling, you think they're coming. A little scratching on the door like mice. I look through the people, I go, that's mine, you little bastard. And sometimes they look back, I go, oh shit, you can see me. I sleep in the bath with the door locked. I don't stay in them. I stay on them weird ones. You know when you're driving along like a B road in the middle of nowhere next to fields, and then you get to a roundabout and there's like a burnt down little chef and a 1-storey Premier Inn. And you think, who's staying in that? I am. I'm in that. And within an hour of the end of the gig, I'm just sat on the end of the bed in my underpants, just waiting for Family Guy to come on to get me to sleep. But I'm just going to have a little break there, because when you come to Blackpool, you have fish and chips before you do your show, and tactically, that was a fucking error.